Hi there. Today we're going to be doing lesson 2.13, finding the pattern. And my picture should give you a clue as to what kind of pattern we're going to find today. And then our lesson, or practice, or both, if you want to look at it that way, today is we're going to be looking at in and out boxes, or sometimes called What's My Rule? And as you can see, I have a video from our former math series, which still applies. So we're going to go ahead and use that today. Hello, today we're going to do lesson 3.1, What's My Rule? And we're going to do some problem solving. This is what's called an in and out box. And the way it works is we have this so-called machine over here that if we could actually put a number in the top, that would be our input. And there's usually a rule inside the little machine that it's going to operate on that number, and then it will give us an output or an out number. So if you look here at the right, we have in and we have out on our in and out box. And if we put 30 in the box and we follow the rule, subtract 15, we would get 15 out of the box. If we put 90 in and subtract 15, we would get 75. If we put 65 in and subtract 15, we would get 50. And if we put 110 in and subtract 15, we would get 95. Now this in and out box, you'll notice that we have all of the out numbers and not any of the in numbers, although I did fill them in, as you see. We're given a rule, and so we kind of have to work backwards in this situation, because if you had not seen all of my answers, you would have to try to figure out how would we get 350 coming out of our machine if we add 100. So in essence, we're working our way backwards, and we are subtracting 100 even though the rule is add 100. So the way we check that is if I had put 250 up here and then I add 100 to 250, I get 350. Okay, so we're going to erase that. Alright, same thing goes if I have 120 down here, and if I subtract 100, I'm working backwards. That means that I started with 20. That's how I got this number. Okay? We'll erase that. Okay, so as we look down at the third spot, we've got 665 coming out. If we subtract 100, that means we started with 565. And then we check ourselves by adding 100 to 565, and we do get 665. So that one is correct. We take a look at the last one. If we have 421 coming out, we're going to subtract 100. That means we started with 321. So this is the in-out box where we're given the rule and we're given the out, and we have to figure out the in. So we kind of have to work backwards on that one. Now with this one, we are not given the rule, but we're given all of the in and out numbers, as you see right here. And so that means if I put 7 in and I get 49 out, what did I do to that 7 to get 49? So there's a couple of different ways that I could have gone about this. Now you notice on the left side that I have written 7 times for each row. And yes, 7 times 7 does equal 49. And 7 times 2 does equal 14. 7 times 9 does equal 63. And 7 times 600 does equal 4,200. But I could have also gone the other route, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So I could have divided by 7 on the outside, and then I still would have had the same answer. So we could double check it that way. When we look at it, just to make sure, and it does equal the right amount. So if we did 7 divided by 7, we get 7. If we do 14 divided by 7, we get 2. If we did 63 divided by 7, we get 9. And if we did 4,200 divided by 7, we would get 600. Okay? So if we're looking at what we put in, we kind of plug in this 7 up here, and if we take 7 times 7, we're going to get 49 out. Okay? If we put 2 in times 7, we're going to get 14 out. Okay. We're going to go back. So to summarize, we worked on what's my rule tables, and hopefully you notice that there are several different kinds. We have some tables that give us the rule, and they give us the in numbers, and we have to figure out the out numbers. There's some tables that give us the rule, and we have the out numbers, and we have to figure out the in numbers. And there's some tables that have both in and out filled in, and they don't tell us the rule, and we have to figure out the rule. And we also talked about input and output. Input, of course, is the numbers that you put in, and output are the numbers that you get out. Thanks for watching.